My goodness, Rayo got his ass smoked. Gary Antuanne Russell should be a unanimous decision, and I'm talking about like straight sweep. Don't be surprised if you see, 12-0. Look at his face. Look at his face. Look at his face. I was wondering, I just was talking about it in the video I did before this with Alberto Puello and Sandor Martin, is how would Rayo look without the trainer he had fallen out with, the father of David Benavidez, Jose Benavidez Sr. I'm TstreeT Controversy with Fight View 360. The 140-pound division it's kind of all over the place, and I'm going to explain what I mean in a minute. But Gary Antuanne Russell, shout out to him, to the Russell family, a fighting family. I actually met their father at Gary Russell versus Tug Stute Nyambayar in Allentown, of all places, right? Crazy. So when I say that Gary Antuanne Russell reminds me a lot of like the way Sean Porter fights, or fought in this, recent generation of boxers, or in this recent era of boxers. The straight come forward power. And if you don't have like anything to keep him off of you, like Rayo just looks really slow and didn't really have like a game plan. And it just, let's see if they're going to read the cards. They're going to read the cards soon. And he looked really, really slow. And it's going to be interesting to see where he goes from here. But here are the champions. Richardson Hitchens, IBF. Rayo, as you can see, about to lose his WBA. This is Gary Antuanne Russell's second run at a title. By the way, look at these punch stats. 252 to 127 landed. Gary Antuanne Russell threw 957 punches to 443 for Rayo. The power punches 175 to 78, jabs 77. Just every single aspect is outworking. Listen in. The main event's up next, by the way.
The scorecards, judges at ringside, Max DeLuca and Benoit Roussel both scored about 119 to 109. Judge Tom Schreck scores at 120 to 108. All three in favor of the winner by unanimous decision. And the new WBA Super Lightweight
Told you, straight shutout.
Gary Antuanne
Straight shutout.
A goosebumps-inducing moment as the announcement was
So before we listen to the post-fight interview, now the question is, where do you rank Gary Antuanne Russell? See, here's the thing. Teofimo Lopez, you never know which guy going to show up. Also, he never seen a guy like Gary Antuanne Russell. I guess what I'm saying is I'm not high on Teofimo Lopez. Sandor Martin, he should have got the win over Puello. Richardson Hitchens, it's a lot going on. Let's listen in.
Your shutout coming off of your first defeat. You heard the three magic words, and the new. How do you feel right now?
I want to thank God. I want to give a big shout out to Al Heyman. I want to give a big shout out to PBC, TGB.
Thank you, Al Heyman.
My family, they've been rocking with me ever since I even know I was going to have this dream. It was pushing me towards my goals I didn't even know I was going to achieve. This is just a small stepping stone. I'm coming for the rest of the belts. I love y'all for supporting us. Thank you for making this arena a grand arena. I love the electrifying vibe in here. We're going to keep turning up. I did it for DC. I did it for my family. I did it for the Capitol Heights. Y'all know what we doing. On to the next.
Gary, this fight wasn't even close at all. How were you able to make it look this easy against a well-respected champion?
Listening and following instructions. That's something that's
He blitzed Rayo.
a thing in life and in my profession. That's just a rule of thumb. You got to follow instructions. And my brother always told me the difference between great and good is inches and centimeters and the ability to procreate, the ability to produce, because that's what it takes. Once again, I want to thank you, Charlie. You know who you are. I love you.
Gary, you told us this week you had a chip on your shoulder. You heard Valenzuela said you're nothing special. How much did that actually motivate you to put forth this perfect of a performance?
It motivated me a hell of a lot. In this sport, you gotta be dominant. You gotta have a type of mentality that's rough, a bellicose mentality, and he brought it out of me. You know, I had the right dance partner in front of me, and I'm glad he gave me the opportunity. But I told him, keep that same energy because I'm bringing it in the ring.
We know that you're always carrying a heavy heart in tribute of your late father. What would your father be saying to you right now at this moment?
He's proud of me. And like I said before, this is a stepping stone. This is a marathon. In a marathon, you come across a table with some water, but that's just a pit stop so you can keep going to the next. I'm coming.
Congratulations, Gary, to you and your family on a breakthrough performance on this night.
Thank you.
Let's throw it back to ringside. Mauro Ranallo.
You know, a fight that I feel like we missed out on is Tank Davis versus Gary Russell. Regular note, the big brother Gary Russell. Him right there on the right. You know, I don't think we'll see Tank versus this Gary Russell, 140-pound Gary Russell. I don't think so. That's just my personal opinion. But yeah, that's a fight that I used to always salivate for. Like, man, I hope we get. Look, has my man been drinking? I know he's emotional, but he's sweating his ass off. And does he have leather pants on? But anyway, remember, we still got this card right here coming up. Where did that take it off the screen already? That card with this one. Boom. Ryan Garcia headlines against Rolly Romero. Devin Haney against Jose Ramirez, and Teofimo Lopez against Arnold Barboza. That's going to be on May the 2nd in Times Square. Is that a Friday? Because Canelo's supposed to be fighting, right? William Skull? That's a Friday. So they're going to have this on a Friday night in Times Square. Them Saudis got that money, man. Anyway, the main event is up next. I could see a unification between Pulio and Gary Antuanne Russell next, depending on if there's mandatories. Anybody let me know. Sandor Martin, I won't be surprised if we're going to see him appeal and try to get his rematch forced, because that right there, you know, it's hard to call a lot of fights robberies these days, but when you know that one fighter should have won, my personal opinion, don't shoot the messenger. I just think that Sandor Martin did enough to win, the Spaniard. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe on TstreeT Controversy with Fight View 360.